CSS means and how does it works? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheets with an emphasis placed on style, while HTML is used to structure a web document, defining things like headlines and paragraphs, and allowing you to embed image, video, and other media. CSS comes through and specifies your document style. Page, layouts, color, and fonts are all determined with CSS. Think of HTML as the foundation and CSS as the aesthetic choices. What are the three types of CSS? What the three types of CSS is there are three ways you can use to implement CSS: internal, external, and inline styles. What are the basics of CSS? CSS stands for Cascading Style Sheet. CSS describe how HTML elements are to be displayed on screen, paper, or in other media. CSS saves a lot of work. It can control the layout of multiple pages all at once. External sheets are stored in CSS files. How is CSS used? CSS is the language for describing the presentation of web page, including colors, layout, and fonts. It allows to adapt the presentation of different types of devices, such as large screens, small screens, or printers. CSS is independent of HTML and can be used with any XML-based markup language. How is CSS applied? CSS can be applied to HTML or XHTML using three methods: link, embedded, and inline. In the link method, the CSS is stored in a separate file instead of directly in the HTML page. In embedded method, CSS is stored as part of HTML page in the header section. Why is CSS so hard? CSS is hard because its properties interact often in unexpected ways. Because when you set one of them, you are never just setting that one thing. That one thing combines or bounces off and contradicts with a dozen other things, including default things that you never actually set yourself. And what I should have learned about CSS. In CSS, first, read the theory on what CSS is, how it works in the browser and its basic syntax and usage. Learn about the different kinds of style sheets available, their different selectors and basic styling such as font size, width, height, font size, padding, margin, etc. You can get started by going through the tutorials, or you can search the other elements of CSS.